चले. चली ना हिंदी मध्ये जन्म चली ना हो रहा है क्या नहीं ये दुआ उड़ते ಸರ್
Hello.
ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಸರ್, ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಸರ್. ಸರ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಈಗ 100 ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ದ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ ನೋಡು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾರು ಎನ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ದಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ.
ಅದು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ನಮ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸರಿ ಬಿಡು.
ಓಕೆ
Okay.
ಸರ್.
ಒಂದು ಈಗ 10:30, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 5-6 ಮಿನಿಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋಣ ತಡಿ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
100 ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸರಿ
Okay,
ಬಾ
sir.
ನೀನು.
ಫೈನ್ ಸರ್.
ಹ.
Good morning, everybody. Sir, shall we start, sir?
Yeah, please proceed.
Okay. To improve the golden moment of opportunity and catch the good that is in our reach is the great art of life. If you love what you're doing, you'll be successful. A very pleasant morning to one and all present here. Respected dignitaries, esteemed faculty members from different colleges, and my dear colleagues of GTET family. I extend my warm welcome to all for the one-day international webinar on the Tech Leads through Python Coding Programming organized by the Department of Computer Applications. I, Shruti G, Professor, Department of Computer Application, GT Institute of Management Studies and Research, have the privilege of being the master of ceremony for today's webinar. It is the matter of great pleasure to offer a gracious welcome to all of you on the behalf of GT Group of Institutions, Management, Chief Administrative Officer, Director, and staff. The term Veda means knowledge. Vedas are not only identified as scriptures, but also the fountainhead of Indian culture and human civilization. Veda chanting is a powerful way to integrate body, voice, mind, and our emotions. Now, to recite Veda, I call upon Dr. Subramania Bhatt, Head of Sanskrit Department. Over to you, sir.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Namo Brahmane Namo Astvagnaye Nama Prathivyai Nama Oshadhibhyah. Namo Vache Namo Vachaspataye Namo Vishnave Brihate Karomi. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om Namo Vache Yacho Dita Yacha Nudita Tasyai Vache Namo Namo Vache Namo Vachaspataye Namarushibhyo Mantrakradbhyo Mantrapatibhyo Mamam Prashayo Mantrakrato Mantrapatayah Para Durmaham Rashiin Mantrakrato Mantrapatin Paradam Vaishvadevim Vachamudyasagam Shivamadastam जुष्टा आम देवेभ्यः शर्म मेद्यौ शर्म पृथिवी शर्म विश्वमिदं जगत् शर्म चन्द्रश्च सूर्यश्च शर्म ब्रह्म प्रजापति भूतं वदिष्ये भुवनं वदिष्ये तेजो वदिष्ये यशो वदिष्ये तपो वदिष्ये ब्रह्म वदिष्ये सत्यं वदिष्ये तस्मा अहमिदमुपस्तरण उपस्तरणं मे प्रजायै पशूनां भूयादुपस्तरणमहं प्रजायै पशूनां भूयासं प्राणापानौ मृत्योर्मापातं प्राणापानौ मामाहासिष्टं मधुमनिष्ये मधुजनिष्ये मधुवक्ष्यामि मधुवदिष्यामि मधुमतीं देवेभ्यो वाचमुद्यासकम् शुश्रूषेण्यां मनुष्येभ्यस्तं मा देवा अवन्तु शोभायै पितरोऽनुवदन्तु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ तच्छंयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वञ्जिगातु भेषजम् शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शञ्चतुष्पदे। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनामधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ।
Thank you, sir. The function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of one who prays. Prayer is the world's greatest wireless connection that connects us with God. So let us begin this webinar by seeking the blessings of Almighty with an invocation song. Now, I invite Mr. Amrutesh from GT Vidya Mandir to invoke the blessings of Almighty. Over to you, sir.
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा सरस्वती सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी सरस्वती 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 नमोस्तुते अम्ब सरस्वती नमोस्तुते अम्ब सरस्वती नमोस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती नमोस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती नमोस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती नमोस्तुते करधृत वीणा पुस्तक करधृत वीणा पुस्तक वरमणिमालालङ्कृते करधृत वीणा पुस्तक वरमणिमालालङ्कृते सरस्वती नमोस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती नरहरिसुत विधिलालित नवमणियुत कंबुगळे सुरसेवित पदयुगळे सुरसेवित पदयुगळे सुधाकार समधवळे सरस्वती नमोस्तुते शारदे विद्याप्रदे सरस्वती नमोस्तुते
Thank you, Amrutesh, for making the environment peaceful with such a melodious song. Light symbolizes victory over darkness and defeat ignorance. It marks the beginning of the auspicious moments and events. To make this morning a blessed one, let us invoke Goddess Saraswati by lighting the lamp of knowledge and wisdom. For seeking the choicest blessings for the same, I request all the dignitaries to come forward for lighting the lamp. A pessimist complains about the wind. An optimist tries to change it, and a leader adjusts the sails. The sails for this particular notion is adjusted by a person who is not only a great motivation to all of us, but a visionary and a person who gave us the belief to bring together this event. He is none other than our principal. To give a red carpet welcome to everyone assembled, may I take a pleasure of requesting our respected principal to welcome the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning to one and all present over here. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Chief Guest, respected guest of honor, distinguished special invitees, Honorable President and resource persons, respected delegates, and my dear esteemed faculty members. I, Dr. Manjunathas, Principal, Gangamma Thimmaiah Institute of Management Studies and Research. Let me give a small introduction about the institution and about the Computer Applications Department to the distinguished assembly before the commencement of my formal welcome speech. Srimati Gangamma Sri Thimmaiah family is one of the oldest and reputed and respected families in the west part of Bangalore city. The late couple, Srimati Gangamma and Sri Thimmaiah, had created their own identity in the part of Bangalore. The couple's concern to the field of education is the foundation for many institutions today. Though they both were less educated to the concern towards education to make the society educated, the couple had marvelous ideas over since 1959. The couple volunteered in many activities and involved in public-private partnership PPP model in 1959, where they constructed buildings for government schools in Shivanahalli. The government of Karnataka, recognizing great work of couple as goodwill of gesture, named the entire government school Gangamma Thimmaiah Government School, which is under the good care of Sri S.T. Anand and his brothers and his family. The desire of the couple to build world-class education institution imparting moral, ethical, global education was subsequently materialized by the late couple's children. Today, the renowned institution is called Gangamma Thimmaiah Group of Institutions, was established in the year 2009 by offering Master of Business Administration, Master of Commerce, Bachelor of Computer Applications, and now one more feather added to this Gangamma Thimmaiah Group of Institutions, Master of Computer Applications, the new course we are starting this year, affiliated to Bangalore University, recognized by Government of Karnataka. The course covers all major areas of computer technology, like the basics computer architecture of system programming, web technologies, data communications and networks, artificial intelligence, database concepts, analysis, and the design of algorithms, skill development courses like personality development, entrepreneurship development, communication skills, social awareness subjects like Indian Constitution, environmental studies together with languages, English, Hindi. The program aims to bridge the gap between IT industries and the institutes by imparting in-depth knowledge of the cutting-edge technology and thus producing the more diverse talent among the students opting BCA. The faculty members in the institutions are most qualified in the various expertise, having industrial teaching experience. Team spirit of the faculty members of the institute is the crucial factor, which is a major strength. And the profile of teaching staff of GTET are 8 faculty with the doctoral PhD degrees, and 8 faculty are pursuing PhD in different state universities across India. 5 faculties cleared national eligibility test, and nearly 50% of the staff are in the field of research. With regard to the results of Bachelor of Computer Applications, the students in this of the institution have passed meritoriously with the distinction in all the universities and different board examinations. BCA 6th semester results 100% and BCA 4th semester result 95% and BCA first semester's NEP batch 95% results. And feel proud to announce the great results of Master of Business Administration on this platform. 3 students of our college secured 2018 batch students Lakshmi J secured the 2nd rank, and 2019 and 22 batch students first rank secured by Gagana and 2nd rank secured by Krishna Priya from Bangalore University, and various other cells and clubs which are actively operating as per the guidelines of regular bodies of All India Council for Technical Education, AICTE. The cells are Internal Quality Assurance Cell, which works for the development and application of quality benchmarks for the various academic and administrative activities in the college. Guest lecture club. The club comprises of eminent speakers. Students counseling cell, which counsels and advises the students on various issues such as career progressing higher education. And scholarship is in order to provide financial support to the students from poor economic background. College has separate scholarship department which take care of the scholarship assistance for all the categories of the students. And the students grievance and feedback committee, cultural sports club, and sports and health club, and the research cell, and NSS, which we have inaugurated in the last year from Chanpatna Taluka Harahalli Dodi. We have successfully completed 7 days NSS camp in association with the Bangalore University. And new teaching pedagogy, we are adapted case study techniques, debate, group discussions, management games, outbound training, presentations, real-time project and role play. And core strength and facilities are as follows. All classrooms are equipped with LCD projectors, well-stacked central library and separate departmental library, experienced faculty with industry background, excellent placement, IT-based training methodology, Wi-Fi enabled campus, industrial visits, computer labs, scholars, social responsibilities programs, and guest lecture series and webinars which are organized in the knowledge series every month, and national and international webinars which was conducted in the earlier years. The Learn to Live with Corona and national level workshop on PGCET exam preparations, national level workshop on project on dissertation guidelines, international webinar on ban on Chinese products. And to create value-based education, we also conducted conference on Ramayana Mahabharata applicability in management studies. It was a small introduction about the institution and about the department. Now I take up this opportunity to welcome all of you to this international webinar on the tech leads through Python coding and programming, organized by Gangamma Timaya Institute of Management Studies and Research in association with IQAC department. Modern technology has become a total phenomenon for civilization, the defining force of a new social order in which efficiency is no longer an option but a necessity imposed on all human activity. With this note, I extend a red carpet welcome to resource person of today's international webinar, Dr. S. Tangadurai sir, Director, Center for Extended Learning, Center for Placement, Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship, Christ College of Science and Management. Sir, on behalf of management, Chief Administrative Officer, Director, Principal Staff, on behalf of delegates, on my own behalf, I extend a red carpet welcome to you, sir, for this international webinar. Welcome you, sir. Good leaders have vision, inspire others to help them turn vision into reality. Great leaders have vision, share vision, and inspires others to create their own vision. With this note, I wholeheartedly welcome our chief guest, Honorable Chairman, sir, Sri S.T. Anand, sir, to this international webinar. Welcome you, sir. Leadership is the art of giving people a platform for spreading ideas that works. With this note, I welcome our Chief Executive Officers, Gangamma Timaya Institute of Management Studies and Research, Sri R. Pramod sir and Sri R. Vinay sir, to this international webinar. Welcome you, sir. The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty. Now I welcome our beloved Chief Administrative Officer, President of today's international webinar, Best Teacher Awardee, Utkrishta Pradhyopaka Awardee, Dr. B.G. Satyaprasad sir, to this international webinar. Welcome you, sir. A positive atmosphere nurtures a positive attitude, which is required to take a positive action. With this note, I welcome Director of Gangamma Timaya Institute of Management Studies and Research to this international webinar. Welcome you, madam. Further, I take up this opportunity to welcome the panel discussion members, resource persons, Mr. Shiv Kumar, Associate Professor, Mr. TV Manohar sir, Associate Professor, and Ms. Shruti Madam, Associate Professor for this international webinar. Welcome you all. Education is not the answer to the questions. Education is the means to the answer to all the questions. Now, I take a pleasure in welcoming all the faculty coordinators of this Gangamma Timaya Institute of Management Studies and Research to this international webinar. Welcome you all. We at GTET take pleasure and salute the delegates who have registered in large number to this international webinar from different universities across India and across the globe. Central universities, private universities, deemed universities, and government colleges at state and national level, industry, academia as well. A great corporate welcome to all the delegates from different parts of the world. A cordial welcome to the chairpersons of various departments of state universities, Bangalore University, Bangalore North University, Bangalore Central University, Osmania University, Kuvempu University, Karnataka University, Mysore University, CMR University, and Presidency University, Geetham University, and academicians from other universities at international level, chairpersons and professors from central universities across India, and principals, head of the departments of government first grade colleges across Karnataka, across India, directors, professors from academia, PG coordinators, research scholars from various departments, students, community at large. Welcome you all to this international webinar. I extend a cordial welcome to Professor Chikalinga sir, Principal, Pre-University College, Dr. Anusha Madam, IQAC Coordinator, Head of the Management Department, Professor Jamila Selastri Madam, Head of the Commerce Department, and other department heads of Gangamma Timaya Institute of Management Studies and Research, staff and non-teaching staff of Gangamma Timaya Educational Trust, technical team, present, media as well to this international webinar. As an organizing committee member of this international webinar, I'm extremely happy to inform the August Assembly more than 500 delegates have been registered across India and across the globe and participating in viewing the proceedings on Zoom platform and also on YouTube Live. Revered academicians, research scholars, students are extended support in registering and participating in today's international webinar. I think every day is a new day and every day is a new opportunity and every day is a new chance to let us utilize this best opportunity to enrich our knowledge and skills. I once again wholeheartedly welcome each one of you to this international webinar on the tech leads through Python coding and programming. Welcome you all.
Thank you, sir. And I welcome you too, sir. Endless care, guidance, and support are the key attributes of a chief administrative officer. We are so lucky that he always finds a way to be with us despite of the distance and his hectic schedules. Now, I have the privilege of requesting our respected chief administrative officer to brief about the today's webinar. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. I request Dr. Manjunath and Suresh to stop that noise which is coming up from the outside and it is disturbing a lot. Inform them to stop the work or ask them to move far off from the computer lab or wherever the control room you have. This disturbance is giving a lot of problem to everybody.
Sir, actually, the thing is, chairman sir is getting connected to the audio and video.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ where exactly you are getting this disturbance?
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ ಇದು ಆಡಿಯೋ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಡಿಯೋ
you ask some people to make it proper now.
Okay, sir.
If the chairman is there, you please give him or you call me, you give me the chance, I'll speak.
Yeah, I'm on the line.
Sir, our Chandrabal sir is on the line, sir.
Yeah, you please welcome him.
Okay, sir.
Ah,
Hello.
yeah, it is audible, sir.
The fragrance of flowers spread only in the direction of wind, but the goodness of a person spreads in all direction. Now, I have the privilege of requesting our respected chief guest, Shri S.T. Anand sir, to address the gathering. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. I, being the chairman of the trust, extend warm welcome to all the delegates of the conference. I also congratulate Department of Computer and Science having organized the conference. Computer technology is the most advanced form of education in the current world. I want all of you to use the opportunity of contribute the growth of the country and world all over. Once again, thank you, sincere thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. At the outset, I am extremely happy with all your busy schedule. You have taken time and wished the conference with your own sweet words. On behalf of the organizing committee and on behalf of the college and the students and the delegates, I extend welcome to our Honorable Secretary, T. Ramchandra sir, to this program for the small lapse what has been done by the person who made the welcome. Secretary's name was not reflected. So I, in the capacity of the CEO, I extend a warm welcome to Secretary sir also. Coming to the assigned task of talking about the conference and talking about the whole affairs, at the outset, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the delegates who have registered all over the world, and around 600 delegates have enrolled, and from America and even a part of Canada, Australia, and within the country, it is Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Maharashtra, Delhi, and a large number of people have enrolled in local Karnataka, and they are witnessing both through the link, Zoom link, as well as the YouTube link, which is made available to all the people to witness this program. At the outset, I congratulate the computer department for having selected a vibrant topic to deliberate on the whole of the day, to highlight the delegates as well as the teachers and the students the importance of Python language in the computer area. Respected dignitaries on the dais, Dr. Sri S.T. Anand sir, and Sri Ramchandra sir, CEO or Pramod sir, and all other resource person Rangadurai, and all other dignitaries, press, media who have witnessing this program of international webinar which is being held today from 10 to 4 p.m. Now coming down to the subject part of it. Python, I am a management professor. I'm not so competent enough to speak about the skills and other areas of Python language and its usage to the world. But at the same time, with little knowledge in the computer area, and the whole of my family and my cousin's family is in the field of engineering, that to IT sector, I have got little interest and the curiosity to know and also appreciate our computer department for having selected a vibrant topic on the Python as a computer programming today. And coming down to the knowledge what I had got towards the language, in management and in factory administration, we are using a general purpose machine and a special purpose machine. A general purpose machine is popularly known as lathe machine, and a special purpose machine is popularly known as the machine which will be used for a specific purpose, and it cannot be used for other activities. So now the computer language, as I understood, it is a Python computer programming language, which is in comparative analysis to the factory administration. It is general purpose machine, like lathe machine, where lathe machine is used for all types of manufacturing activities of components in the entire industry. In the similar fashion, Python language is also a language which is very, very useful to the IT sector, more particularly in developing the software. And according to the latest review of 2021 survey of IT related activities in the world, maximum 60% of the entire world's IT segment is using this Python language for their software development. And it is used to create maximum number of people are using this particular language in creating the websites and the softwares. And this writing program, this Python language, as I understood, it is very easy to understand, it is very easy to teach, and it is very easy to apply. As a result of this flexibility and the simplicity, the people are using in almost all the fields. Say, for example, government institutions, educational institutions, and even the hardcore manufacturing segments, service segments, and hospitals, all other areas. This particular language is used for the purpose of communication, especially in converting the languages, developing the artificial intelligence and the data analysis in statistics, in algorithm, and the software testing and repetitive day-to-day jobs in the computer area. All these things can be comfortably handled by the Python language. And it is regularly used, and especially when it comes to the point of developing countries, where most of the developing countries are having a shortage of human resource. As a result of that, they are depending on the people who are expertise in the field of IT segment from India, China, South Korea, in these Asian countries more particularly. And in this, as I have observed for the past almost 30 days, a maximum number of people who are having expertise in the field of computer language, both software and hardware, maximum number of people are coming from China and India. And here, when I interacted with most of the people in the industry in US, I came to know that they prefer Indian students and Indian graduates and Indian engineers and Indian business analysts to that of Chinese because of the sophisticated English what Indians are speaking, the language accent and the influence of their simplicity, and they are committed, dedicated to their development, their work, and they are very loyal to their masters. And the disturbance from the work will not be there to the employer. As a result of that, to the core, everywhere you go in US, everywhere you go in Canada, everywhere you go in Europe, everywhere you go in Australia, one in 50% we find Indians. So my sincere appeal to all my delegates who have registered here. See, this world has become a small village now. Every opportunity, if you are not having opportunity in your respective countries to your talent, don't regret yourself. Try to cross over your country and see to it the opportunities what are available in the world, you encash it. And if you are not going to encash it, some other country person will come and they will join the job and they will encash the privileges of creating their wealth for their family and also wealth for their country. So my students, my teachers, and even to my delegates, more than 600 delegates you have registered here, you please think 100 times and try to increase your knowledge in the field of both hardware and software, acquire maximum qualifications in the field of computer science, in the field of innovative ideas like Python, the computer language, and lot of startups are coming up, lot of financial investments are being made both locally as well as internationally, and even government of India is also giving in both the hands, and they have created an environment to develop the software industries in the country that off to the rest of the world. And as California is the Silicon Valley of the whole world, Bangalore has become the Silicon Valley of India, and encash this opportunity and try to be very intelligent in whatever you do. You see, out of 100, you have to be the first 20% for the purpose of encashing your privileges. To get first 20% of the privilege, you should be extraordinarily brilliant, intelligent, dedicated, committed, and prompt, honest goal setter and goal runner. That kind of attitude you should develop for the purpose of making the opportunities at your command, at your hand. You see, all in the period of 3 years of BCA and 2 years of MCA, you will come across all these kinds of new innovative ideas of software programming as well as the hardware programming. And whenever you get some kind of inclination to move further, learn more, you please concentrate more on that particular area where you are having confidence, where you are having competence. Please go and acquire the knowledge. In addition to your traditional degree and PG, master course, in America, through the online, more than 24 courses are available in the Python related areas. And all these 24 courses are available at the affordable prices. Wherever you are in the world, through the online, you can enroll, you can register, you can learn, you can get the material online, and you can prepare well, and you can interact with the people, make use of this golden opportunity. And in addition to your normal degree and post-graduation degree, acquire computer knowledge, Python language knowledge, where it is very fundamentally required for the future also. And even the world is also looking at advanced now. Very recently, Mr. Nadella came to India, and when he gave elaborated discussions on the field of the development of software, he specifically mentioned India is going to be the leader of the software. After listening to his interaction, I felt so happy and so privileged. And after seeing here, I'm really proud that I am an Indian and who is contributing to the world's growth. If the opportunity and the government is not so kind enough to give equal opportunity, rest of the world is there. America is a heaven for the purpose of exploring the opportunity, and full freedom is being given to the talent, and full freedom is being given to your security, and you will be comfortable to do whatever you want. So therefore, when you are having that kind of a creamy knowledge in your area, don't hesitate to acquire more knowledge and become competent person in your own field. And today, the most two important areas where the whole world is ruling is, one is creativity. Creativity means research. Research means concentrate more on product management, product production, and next is sales, marketing. If the two areas, if you are through with these two areas, marketing people, the MBA department will take a hardcore production part of it. IT related engineers, MCA, business application people, malls. Even in Bangalore, even in India, rest of the world, mall revolution is taking place. Millions of products are being kept in one roof, and 1 kilometer distance the mall is housed in the advanced developing countries. How a single man seated in one particular seat, how he is going to control the inventory of millions of products, and how he is going to administer thousands of customers every day from morning 7 to evening 7. It is because of the competency of these type of languages, these type of skills. How Google is giving direction to all of us, and you see how much is the revenue Google is getting. And now everybody is using the Google Map. How he has developed, every college, every institution is managing so simply by using the software for students management and college management and university management. How these things are possible? It is only because of your brilliant ideas of creating the product to the rest of the world, and that is how you should grow. And a lot of opportunities. Salary is fabulously available all over the world, both in US and Canada and European countries, including the UK. Good salary is available, and it is wrong to say that the IT company people are throwing away the jobs, and they are sending away our team of people. You see, anybody for that matter, any employer for that matter, any entrepreneur for that matter, if at all he is thinking of removing the people, first he will touch the people who are doing repetitive job, who is doing a casual job, who is not doing innovative job, who is not contributing to the organization of any kind, and he is doing a monotonous type of job where a machine can replace, where some other alternative automation can replace. But real zeal, confidence, research is done by only human being. Nobody in the world can do any research. So therefore, you focus on your competency, you focus on your intelligence, you focus on your dedicated knowledge what you have got, and try to encash it in the world market where the world is in both the hands. They will receive you with great honors and with great wealth. In our own family, more than 20 people are there in all over the world and who are really conquering the work what they have dedicated themselves to the industry and contributing to the rest of the world. And their economic status, social status, and their level of understanding about other countries, languages, and their total behavior, commitment, it is amazing to see, amazing to see. So all these things are happening because Microsoft people, Google people, Facebook people, Twitter, Apple, Intel, name the companies. They are admiring our Indian talent, Indian brain, Indian research competency, Indian commitment to the office, commitment to the work. No harm will be there from Indians. Such a type of appreciation is there all over the. I don't want to take more time in this August gathering. An expert is there, core person we have invited, and he is going to deliver in-depth, and the panel discussion is there after the first session, and there also 3 experts are going to address the delegates. My only humble appeal is the opportunities available throughout the world. Make use of that opportunity. Earn lakhs of rupees salary. Both online and offline works are available. And Corona has given a lot of time to us that it is disappearing slowly, and it is not going to damage us in future. And plenty of opportunities available to all of us. And God has given a wonderful personality, brain, eyes, legs, knowledge, and capability of reading and understanding. Make use of all these skills and see to it that we will contribute to the next level of growth of the world in first, later on our continent, and subsequently to our country, India, and later on to our Karnataka, and particularly to Bangalore city. With all that, I wish every delegate to have a grand gala of the whole academic feast of one day, which will be delivered by our experts today through the online. Once again, any kind of questions, any kind of queries, if you are having, and if the sessions are very tightly scheduled, don't get disappointed. You drop the questions in the drop box. We will honestly answer all your questions through the online, and we will email the responses in consultation with the experts. And as an individual, as an institution, we do little extra work of this type of conferences and seminars, bring the people together, discuss the issues together, and see to it that what best we can do to the country and the mankind, and let us throw our knowledge to the rest of the world. As our top Indian IT experts are ruling the world, the second line and third line we should develop, and you are having the capacity, you have the confidence, you have the English, you have that energy, and you have the courage to move around throughout the world. Don't concentrate only onto the limited areas of your village, your city, and your area. Wherever the opportunity is, the love will be there to our country. That there is no second thought in that. At the same time, when the opportunities are being encashed by Chinese and other Asian countries, why India should not do it? So with this kind of a note, I once again appeal to everyone to encash and earn and create wealth, keep a wonderful life for yourself and to your entire family, and grow simultaneously along with the country, along with the nation. With this note, I extend once again welcome to everybody, and I sincerely thank the organizers for having started the program on time, and I wish everybody to have a great academic gala. God bless you. Good luck to everybody. Thank you. Over to Shruti.
Thank you, sir, for your influential message. We are all charmed by your sharp fluency. Yes, I know that all of you are excited to listen to the technical session. Before moving ahead, I request all the participants to feel free to post their queries at any time, at any point of time during presentation in the chat box. We will reserve the time at the end of presentation to answer all your questions. We will do our best to answer as many questions as possible throughout today's event. Your active participation is important throughout the session. Thank you. Now, it's the time to begin technical session. To introduce our resource person of the day, Dr. S. Thangadurai, Director of Center for Extended Learning, Center for Placement, Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship from Christ College of Science and Management. I call upon Professor Shiv Kumar from Department of Computer Application. Over to you, sir.
Hello. Hello, audible. Coming together is the beginning, keeping together is the progress, and working together is the success. This mantra of working together has brought us here. Good morning to everyone. I, Shivkumar T, Professor and Coordinator, Department of Computer Application. We are greatly honored to have special guest for this international webinar and gives me an immense pleasure to introduce our today resource person, Dr. S. Thangadurai, Director, Center for Extended Learning, Placement, Innovation, Incubation, and Entrepreneurship at Christ College of Science and Management, Malur, Karnataka. He has completed Master of Computer Application from Madurai Kamarajar University, Master of Business Administration from Manonmaniam Sundaranarar University, and MPhil from Ranchi University. Sir is having more than 15 years of experience in academics, software development industries, and corporate trainer at Embassadors and Oracle. He has received honorary doctorate award from University of South America for rendered service to the welfare of student community. With this note, I welcome our resource person and over to you, sir.
Dear participant, the technical session will be starts in a couple of minutes.
Hi. Sorry for the inconvenience. Very good morning to one and all present here. With your permission, I just mute my video because here the net bandwidth is very low. That's what. Okay, so with your permission, I just mute my video and then I'll start the sessions. Thank you all. Yeah, from my end too, I extend a warm welcome to everyone present here at the international webinar organized by Department of Computer Application, MCA and BCA, in association with IQAC. With IQAC, the GT Institute of Management Studies and Research. And apart from that, first of all, I would like to thank Sri S.T. Anand sir, Honorable Chairman, given wonderful opportunity to me. It's my privilege to take a part of this program. Thank you, Chairman sir, and thank you, Dr. B.G. Satya sir and Principal Manjunath sir. Extend my thanks to Mr. Shivakumar sir and HOD Manohar sir and Shruti ma'am organizing such a wonderful events today. And I special thanks to each of you who is the part of this event, especially the organizing committee, right? The chief pattern, organizing secretaries, executive committee, conveners, and faculty coordinators and technical coordinators. Thank you all. And last but not least, it is a day. Appreciate to all the talented students who have been the part of this international webinar. Thank you. And I'll start the sessions. Before start the session, what the Python, right? Yeah, okay. So I discussed with Associate Professor Mr. Shivakumar sir. Sir said like that, not only IT background, the non-IT background also will participate. So based on that, we prepared like a first initial 15 minutes. I'll give the base foundation knowledge about the theory part, like just 10 or 15 minutes only. Then I will show you using that editor. We'll discuss about that. Directly we'll go with the practical exercises. Okay. So I will tell you what are the applications available. So today's my plan is to give like a small the console application and GUI application if time is possible. Wait, sir. I will share. Yeah. Yes. So as my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. It's audible.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So let's start the session. The tech leads through the Python coding programming. So that's what I said. Maybe nowadays, even in school days itself, we cover these kind of the portions, right? The initial 10 or 15 minutes, we just check with the base level. Then you will get those who are non-IT background. Even you're the BCA people now, we are affiliated to the NEP syllabus. And meanwhile, that postgraduate also participating here. So more than I hope you people are already aware about that Python, what are the user interface, everything. But anyway, we need to give importance to those who are the non-IT background also. See, if the first initial 15 minutes, if you concentrate, then later on, if I'll work out on the exercise, you can understand what we are doing. The technical terms, because within the short times we can't able to cover all those things, right? So that's what I'm telling. When I'm using some technical terms, you may lag. That's what. So initial level, I will tell you what is what the core. Then we can move into the practical sessions, right? Okay. So let's anyway. Thank you once again to GTET. We'll start from history of Python. So only it's developed, right? Who is he? It's Gideon van Rossum. So in the late 80s and early 90s at the National Research Institute of Mathematics and Computer Science in the Netherlands. So Python is derived from many other languages, including whatever the present, any kind of updated languages without an C and C++, we can't able to develop. And even the Python also with the help of C and C++, apart from that Smalltalk and Unix shell and other scripting language. So we can, we developed on which, so 1 second, sorry. Yeah. So now at the time, okay, so why we put, anyway, all the authors, who were the developed, the father of any kind of programming language, they have that put some software name with the some funny events, right? Based on their situations, they can give the product names. Same here also like that, so that at the time of he began implementing, the Gideon van Rossum was also reading the published script from the Monty Python's Flying Circus. So when we read, he got some ideas. So based on that, it occurred to him that he needed a name that was short and Unix. So he decided to call the language is called Python. So now Python 1.0 was released on 20th February 1991. And now the latest versions are Python 3.11.1, 3.11. Okay. So now 3.9 itself, you can work it out in Windows 7. And after that 3.10 onwards, only it will applicable to Windows 10. So that's what the Python 1 point was released on 20th February 1991. Now the latest version is 3.11. So the initial 10 minutes you can give, because a little fast I'll go. And then when I start with the practical sessions, then we'll go ahead with slowly. Okay, I will inch by inch, the step by step we can practice. Then later on, you can online editor itself, you can practice it. Those things I will tell you. So that's what little hurry I can fast I'm telling, because theory part only, right? The history later you can watch it in YouTube or in website also, you can understand. Anyway, the procedure based on non-IT core participants, you just observed what is the when it will start like that. That's what I'm showing all those things. So now the Python features, it's very important things. One is easy to learn. So the Python has a few keywords, the simple structures, and a clear defined syntax. So this allows the students to pick up the language quickly. So not only students, whoever wants to initial level to start the Python, because we have the n number of keywords, right? Okay, but for example, why easy to learn? Compare with other programming language. For example, you are going to print off any statement in other programming language. We need to follow some certain structure programming languages, right? So, okay, so instead of 10 lines, here we can go ahead with only single lines. So that's what I'm telling. So easy to learn. It's a pre-built libraries are available. Okay, certain terms you can understand later. I can share. I will show you lots of folders here. I'm having a number of already executable file, everything. I will make it zip into forward into Shivakumar sir. Those who are registered, you can collect all the data from all the source files from that college. Okay. So that's what I'm telling. So here the certain words, the non-IT backgrounds, those who are participating, right? Certain words, technical terms we are telling, please kindly try to understand it. Okay. So the keyword is nothing but the pre-plan already who are developed the software, right? So the programmers already certain actions, they will build some code and indicate the certain words. So like that, in easy to learn means what? By compare with other programming language, Python have a so huge. It's not only few keywords, okay, because we have inbuilt lots of library. So whenever we require, we can import from the server. So that's what. So second one is easy to read. Easy to read. So the Python code is more clearly defined and visible to the eyes. So why? So it's simple. The print. Welcome to Bangalore. So okay. So like that, you can put simple statements. So one is easy to learn. Another one is easy to read. It's a compare with other programming language. If I go with the C or something, so for example, printf, okay, printf statements, you put like that, welcome, okay, only things, or hello world. Normally we are practicing like the GenCL program. So you need to concentrate on lots of minimum at least 10 or 12 lines, right? You need to mention like a header files and then main functions and declaration sessions. And you need to concentrate all the what kind of variables. Apart from that, you need to concentrate on data types and then curly brackets, right? Each and everything, and calculation, semicolon, percentage. These are all the things you need to concentrate. But in Python, no need to worry about all those things. You can mention directly, go with the print statement, single line. So that's what. And when the line is reduced, automatically the source code is very and easy to maintain. If the lines are more, we need to take care of the maintain. So the Python is easy to maintain. Why? The reason is the less lines, right? So let's say now everybody we talk about is ChatGPT also, right? Okay, ChatGPT, that's what the past 1.5 months we are talking about all those things only. But anyway, still okay. So now the Python is what? The number of lines, how much the versions, the new softwares are coming. It's user friendly only. So because the majority work the developers only did and they give the small keywords only. We are going to learn only the particular keyword purpose and where we need to use. So then that is a simple thing. So instead of 100 lines here, we are maintaining only 10 lines, means the Python source code is very easy to maintain. So that's what. So the third main features. And next one is a broad standard library. So that's what. So those who are working under that python.org, so the company people will, the programmer developed lots of built-in libraries they will make. So the purpose of that higher version, the new technologies, why we require behind, instead of that user, the behind the people will write some code for the certain keywords. That means built-in function. That's a library. So based on that size, the name, it will be vary. If the certain, the small tasks, then we can call only like a keyword. Then more than it's a medium task, then we call about the library. If like a big task, we can go ahead with the files or modules like that. So, but the concept is same only. So like that, Python's the bulk of the library is very portable and cross-platform compatible on Unix or Windows and Apple, whatever it may be, other platform independent. So that's what. So in C program, normally I always comparing with the C program. Anyway, it's a mother of programming language. So without whatever it may be, we are that's what I said, right? We are talking about ChatGPT, but those kind of things also it's developed from the base from only C and C++ or Python like that only. Okay, so that's what. So 132 keywords, but when advanced next programming languages it will come. So we need to go with the lots of libraries we require. We don't have that much because now everything it's automations. So the people, we will give a bundle of libraries to the user. So the our role is what, the students role is what, or whatever. Okay, they are observing that they are learning only that keywords functionality. So then we can go and use that functionality in certain places and then we get the output. So these are all the main features. Okay, so easy to learn, easy to load, and easy to maintain, and a broad standard library. Lots of features are available apart from the portable scalability. Many things are available. Main things I'm telling based on today's the webinar. So now need of Python programming, my dear students. The first one is the software quality. The need of Python program is what? Software quality. So the Python code is designed to be readable, yeah, and hence reusable and maintainable, easy to understand. As a software engineer, as a programmer, so I require like this only. As a Python code is designed to be readable, okay, and then later anybody can hand over that coding to someone. It's hence reusable and maintainable, easy to understand. So that's what we require. So the Python programming compared with others. And second one is developer productivity. The main thing is, so the Python code is typically 1/3 to less to debug. Why? The lines are less. The lines are less. So that's what 1/3 to less to debug. The reason is because less to maintain after the fact. So the Python programs also run immediately, because normally other program we need to first compilation will get here directly the interpreter will execute the program. So that's what the Python programs run immediately without the lengthy compile and link steps required by some other tools. Okay, so the developer point of view also we require the Python. These are all the reason why we need Python programming, right? So one is a readable, another one is reusable, and then maintainable and easy to understand. Apart from the developer point of view, the 1/3 of less to debug. Reason is what? The less lines of codes. So the program, it's a good programmer quality is what? The number of lines should be less, right? So the logic should be high. So that's an important thing. And support libraries again. So the Python comes with the large collection of pre-built and portable functionality. So that's what we require. Okay, so the need of Python programming, because the inbuilt lots of collection of pre-built libraries are available. Okay, so that's what the file size is very less. When you download the Python files from the python.org, the files, the total executable file size is very less only. Easily you can install it. But when you're working on that time, when you require relevant some libraries using some certain commands, later I can tell. Okay, so using certain commands, you can import the libraries based on your needs from the Python server. So that's what Python library supports, large, huge of support libraries. Okay, and second one is component integration. That's the main thing. If I developed a certain program, then later on it's not support to other programming language or not supporting to other portable version, then it will be very difficult, right? So that the Python scripts can easily communicate with other parts of an application using a variety of integrations mechanism. That's important thing. So you can applicable to, you can, so that's what we are deploying. Whatever we are talking about, any embedded projects or artificial, everything, it's today's machine learning, right? It's all together, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, whatever. Okay, it's combined. So we need to deploy some code or write to hardware components on that times. The integration is very most important. So that's what. Now the trending technology, whatever you need to go for, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, or deep learning, whatever it may be. So the base we required is the Python programming. So the component integrations, these are all the main reasons why we require the Python programming. Okay. Then who uses Pythons today? These are all what present you are seeing. All these are the companies are using Pythons today. Even Quora and Spotify, Google, YouTube, Netflix, Dropbox. Okay, so these are all the applications, even including Instagrams. Okay, so Python, who uses Pythons today? So first one is Google. Google makes extensive use of Python in its web search system. When you search whatever the keywords you are typing, immediately we are getting behind. Lots of algorithms are running based on search engine optimization, right? So we require that Google makes Google also using like that Python. And second one is the popular YouTube video sharing services in the largely written in the Python. Okay, so we need to take a backup immediately based on that keyword, how many videos, everything. And then the Dropbox storage services codes, both it's the server and desktop client software primarily in the Python. And main thing is to see the fourth point is Raspberry Pi. The single board computer promotes those who are in electronic students. Moreover, you people are using this one only. Instead of Arduino, you are using like a Raspberry Pi, right? So this is what Python. When you need to hardware, you need to detect or something. So you people need to write the code in a Python only. So that's what the fourth point is, very much ultimate. Very important point. The Raspberry Pi, the single board computer promotes Python as its educational language compared with others one. So that's what. Next, Maya, even the 3D softwares. Yeah, Maya is a powerful integrated 3D modeling and animation system, provide a Python scripting API. Okay, and then last, these are all what are the bold, I make it like a font, right? Intel, Cisco, and HP, Seagate, okay, IBM. So these are all the companies are using to the Python hardware testings. Okay, the software testing is secondary. So when we go ahead with that hardware deployment, the washing machine, if you are taking, or if you go for the ATM machines, you are mentioning some amount, the currency, automatically it's deducted and taking like that machine learning, right? If you put something for 5,000, if you require, then automatically 2,000 and 1,500, another 1,500. Automatically machine needs to, according to that surplus available inside, it needs to take. So these are all this hardware testing part. It will be that these are the companies are using the Python, and even the NASA also for the scientific programming task using Python today. And what are the Python's technical strengths? Again, the same, the object oriented and functional, and it's free because open source, and it's portable, powerful, and mixable, are relatively easy to use and easy to learn. So these are all the technical strength, why we are using, why we need Python programming. So these are the technical strengths. So now applications of Python. So one is console-based application. Not only in Python, any kind of programming languages, initially we are going to practice do what? Console-based applications only. So as a IT students, whatever it may be, even it's a non-IT also. So initial, if you need to strong in a programming language, it's a humble request that don't go with advanced version initially. Whatever the keywords are built in programs, many things it will be launched in the market. But when you need to if you want to develop your own product by you, then initial level itself, you need console-based applications only, right? Normal the booklet screen or the command prompt screen you will get in develop, right? So that is what console-based applications. The second one is desktop GUI application, either desktop or graphical user interface application. And third one is developing web application. And fourth one is software development and game development. Apart from that, okay, AI, ML, it's more than, okay, sorry. Apart from this, we need to talk about today's AI and ML, DL, IoT, CC. These are all things it will come. At least the initial level, you need to concentrate any kind of programming language, including Python. Okay, the first one is console-based application, and second one is desktop. So today we are going to learn today the console-based and desktop GUI applications only. Okay, so then we can, okay, we'll see based on the time feasibility. Because everything, if I'll show here and there instead of that, if you learn something properly, at least one code, then when later on you can watch some YouTube again, the same session or some other footages, then you will get some idea about how to develop some programs. I don't want any projects like that. Instead, basic, small program you can try. Then you can try into data science or data analytics using some other things. So initial level, first we need to learn how to drive the car. The second one, later on, we need to see other feasibilities, right? So that's what. So first initial level, you can go, will give a strong foundation to you on today, how to handle the software. That is very most important. You people, those who are behind that IT session, that means IT background students, not an issue, because from CE itself you are studying. Even the MCA student also, you people now need to face those kind of struggle, because you are all comfortable with what? The basics idea about the logical. The code is what? The logical sense only important, right? So remaining, you are going to learn only thing is what? Keywords. So the first one is console based application. The second one is desktop and GUI application. And third one is developing web application. And the fourth one is software development, game development. So these are, so each and every session, each and every application, what are the tools? So in Python, we have a lots of tools. Okay, if I take, for example, GUI, then I need to go with Tkinter. Then I need to go with Tkinter, like VB, Visual Basic 6.0 or .NET. You are using, right? Drag and drop. Here we need like a HTML only. You need to type the code. No, sir, I need to drag and drop like a controls, all the controls. I need to develop one GUI application. So PyQt5 also is available. Okay. So like that, n number of tools are available. That means supporting libraries, supporting frameworks are available. If I need to go with web application using Python, you can go with either Django or Flask frameworks. So like that, it will come. Okay, we can possible to develop own software development also possible, and then game development also possible. Apart from that, only I said about once if you concentrate, at least one is enough. Console based application is enough, and then web application. If you practice at least some idea, then only you can able to jump into artificial intelligence or machine learning or deep learning, all those things. Open. Now we are talking about OpenCV also, right? Everything. Okay, so these are how it possible, the initial level. If you don't know this base level coding, then you can't able to write those coding. This is what. So the Python libraries and frameworks. If you want to learn like a machine learning, so then NumPy is required. So what percent you are seeing, like all frameworks and libraries you need to learn. That's what we said. Why we need the Python programming? Because it supports lots of libraries. So when you downloaded some software, when you downloaded that Python executable files, the size is very empty, so small size only. You can install it. But when you go ahead with next means using certain commands, you need to import lots of libraries, then you can work on it. So now see here, when you go with that machine learning, if you want to work on it with a number, then NumPy is required. If you go with the artificial intelligence, then TensorFlow required, Keras is required, like that. If you want a visualization of a data analytics, you need to present like that, then Matplotlib is required, Pandas is required. If you go with the scientific calculations, then SciPy is required. So like this, each and every one is separate subjects. It's not instant. You can't able to learn everything, right? So we'll get some idea. Now you can get some idea what are the tools are available in the Python for relevant field. So based on that, each and every one you need to give some importance, then set properly, and then learn means you can possible to develop. Okay, so for the right side, if you see that web development, the market demand is always more over the Django only compared with other things. So you can go with the Django or Flask, Bottle, and Pramide. These are all the right side. What I'm here, the shaking the mouse, right? So this is what the frameworks. Okay, same like that. If I go with the automation testings, these are all the tools: PyUnit, PyTest, and game development. If I go Pygame and PyOpenGL, so these are Pandas 3D and image processings. We need to recognize the face mask recognizing and the attendance system. We are recognizing on that time OpenCV. We can go ahead, and then web scrapping. These are all the things you need to concentrate. Okay. Based on this, I showed these other tools. We have just discussed only console-based application, desktop, a desktop GUI application. Through which tool we can able to develop in Python is in this chart. It will be give the clarity. So now the download and installation Python softwares. Already I installed lower version only 3.8 or 3.9 something. So now 3.11 is there. Okay, and then apart from that editor, everything I uninstalled it. Okay. I will show the steps how to go. This is only go to the website of www.python.org and click download the select versions which you want. Based on your OS, that means depends upon your laptop or desktop, your OS, you can proceed it. Otherwise, in online itself, lots of ready-made editor as that. So sorry, sir, I don't have laptops. I don't have one. I don't have this desktop or something. Only I'm having like a mobile. In mobile itself, you can possible to learn. Okay, that is also later I'll tell you. Okay, so after completion of installation, the setting up paths to Python is very most important. How like a Java you are downloading and installing and putting the like a path, right? Same like that in Python also you need to make up the path. So why we require when you work on it like a command prompt line on that time, the path is very most important. Then only you will get the output. It's clear, right? So that's what. So now that Python. One second. I'll share the screen, the entire screen, because I'll put one entire. Yeah. Go here. Okay, the keyword you can put like only just python.org, not required the download. Okay, anyway, if you put that HTTP, the first one, it will come right, www.python.org. This is the official link. You can go and click on this one, make it like a new tab. See, the download the latest version of the Python is the download Python 3.11.1. So go to the downloads, download for the Windows. Okay, download for Windows. So like that, what kind of operating system you require, you can select and download it. If you click and then version, I'll say directly it will be download that setup file, it will come. Otherwise, please go down and select the version based on your system configurations, right? So from the old version here, all the versions are available here. You can download and install it. So installations, you know, just like that next step only. Simple process. Maximum it will come just like a 3 or 4. Next only it will come. Then finally it's finished to complete. Okay, not like a .NET or Java like a lengthy process. You don't need to wait for the until collection of all the supporting libraries locally 4 GB, 5 GB, not like that. Small setup file only. The remaining thing is when you go with the depth part on that time, online net connection is we required. In other programming languages, not required. But for the Python, we require broadband connections. Why? The reason the file size is very less. But when we work on it on that time, you need to import some support libraries. So using certain commands, you need to pull the certain libraries from the Python server. So on that time we require. That's a difference for the other programming language and the Python programming languages. Okay. So now running Python. Running Python interpreters. So the Python comes with an interactive interpreter. So when you type Python in your shell or command prompt, so the Python interpreter becomes active with the 3 greater than sign you will get prompt and waits for your command. Like this only. What you are seeing here, right? That screenshot. Like that only you will get the screen. So here itself, first initially you can work on it. Otherwise, this is a shell window or command prompt window, not like a command, shell window. Okay. The shell window, the first one, what you will get like this only. When I open that IDLE, immediately the first page, the Python, it will come like this only. As of now, I am not installed any, which one? Editors. So when you go with the editors in shell level itself, PyCharms, like that, the Jupyters, the default structures. That's what. When we practice any kind of advanced, for example, if I go with HTML or something, if I go with VS Code or Sublimes, automatically what it will come, the structure it will come. So you can insert your logic part only. Means later on, if you want to debug or something, it's very difficult. So that's what. So go with always like a base only. You type the program and execute. Many times you will get error also, no problem. At least our coding skill will be improved to debug all those things. So that's what. Okay. So as of now, I'm not showing to go for any PyCharm or big editor like this. Okay, so initial level, what built-in available, like ideally IDE, so we can use like that only. Okay, so now this is the running Python interpreter. Initial you will get like this, and second one is now you can type any valid Python expression at the prompt. Here it's a print hello or 2 plus 2, something like a calculations. You can use it here only. Okay, so first finish it off. How to open after completion or installation is over. So you can go with like programs and Python. You can select ideally. Otherwise, in search bar itself. Moreover, nowadays you can go ahead with which one? 10 plus only, right? So that's what here in that search bar itself, you can type just ideally. Go on, click here. So ideally, so the Python 3.9 64-bit, here it will come. Even I install how many versions you required, you can install based on your need. No problem. Now 3.11 is the right. So now Python 3.9 I used because long back I installed it. Yeah, this is a shell window. Okay, what percent you are saying, what I showed in the PPT, right? You will get like this only. So here, for example, 2 plus 2. I just type instant, you will get that output, right? So print. So GT. Syntax error. Semicolon we require, right? Wait, I'll take a shell window. Okay, once again. This shell window, right? So for example, if I close again, I open it, what? Again, for example, again, I'll open that ideally. Okay, every time I can't able to type that again, same 2 plus 4, whatever the calculations you required, every time I can't able to type in the same window. So for initial level, you A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, and then C is equal to A plus B, print, and then C, if you mention, you will get the output. And then if again you close that shell window, you can't able to get that output again, right? That means the same code, you will not get it. So instead of that, I need to save the code in my local storage. So on that time, we required file window. Okay, what? File window. So this is a shell window. So from here itself, I can go to file and then new file, file and new file. Like this, you can create and type the code here and file and save the file name .py. And whenever you require the same code, you can take it back. So this is what. See here. So running Python scripts in IDEAL, Integrated Development Learning Environment. Okay. So now from here itself, I can reduce my speed based on the time feasibility only. I'm talking like this fast. So now and at least you can get some idea about what is Python, what the history of Python, and then the technical strength of Python, why we required the need of the Python programming, right? The features of the Python programming, and in which website you need to download the Python, right? Okay, and what are the windows we have, how to open the software, everything it's okay. So from here itself, we can start like a small programs. Okay, I reduced my speed and you just listen here. So now running Python scripts in IDEAL, right? So now go to file menu. So click a new file. That's what I showed. And then write the code and save any file name .py. So now see here, the A is equal to input of. Here I'm using like a input functions. Okay, so why we used here the input, all those things one by one we see. So instead of scanf, here we are using like a input. Instead of scanf, here we are using in Python, we are using like a input. That means a prompt window, right? A is equal to input of enter your value, and B equal to input of enter your B value, and C is equal to A plus B. Then print the sum is and comma C. This is what. So here, did you notice here any main function is here, any what header files are available, any structural curly bracket, or percentages, format specification, semicolon, etc., etc. Clear? Nothing is available. I'm just directly go with it one because the program is like that. What kind of value you're assigning, according to that, it will be converted in that. No need to mention like this. But when you are going to take a value in runtime, it will default, it will take a string only. So when you convert it into string, what need to do, that is later we'll see. Okay. So now present see here, this is the program, and then run the program by press F5, or directly you can, no need to compile this program, directly you can run the programs. So now see here. I just take this one only, the code. So new file. Okay. So file, save. Somewhere you can create the folder. I just go with a desktop. Create a folder. GT. We make it like ex1.py, exercise 1.py. Just save. One second. I'll change the version. Yeah, sorry. I take it like this. One by one we'll go. Because if type means no problem, I'm copy pasting, right? Sometimes the quotation, it will be ulta. So that's what whenever you practice from online, we are taking the code because I'm taking the class. That's what I just copy paste. When we work on it, then the quotation it will come. When we copy paste, then the quotation make it like ulta, then you will get that error. So that's what I changed to that one. Okay. So now ID LE. So execute Python syntax that can be executed writing directly in the command line. One is possible. Another one is what I said, instead of typing every time, Otherwise, in the shell window directly. So for example, here the print hello world within a bracket is available. I just copy now because I changed that one, right? I directly go to here, just to paste. That means you don't need to paste, just like a print hello world. Okay, then enter, you'll get that hello world, the output. If you want to expand the font size of the shell window, you can go to that option, configure IDLE. You can, which font you require, you can take it. As of now, 18, right? I'll just make it like a 20 or 25 something. And then apply. Okay. I think so. Now you can able to see my screen. Little the font is big. So now the print hello world. You can put like 2 + 5, like this, 5 × 3. Okay, whatever. It's the same every time. Once if I close, then all the code it will be erased. So instead that better I'll go for the file and new file. The code window. Ideally, so I just split like this. The same line, I'll make it like a print hello world. Go to file, new file, sorry. Go to file, save. So GT folder, right? Yeah. So now I'll make it the previous exercise only. Save. Okay, replaced it. Now see here. Either you please go to the run menu, in menu right, in run module. The shortcut is F5. You can press that F5, or you can directly you press just run module. Then you get the output as hello world, like this. It's clear, right? Okay. So .py only the file extension and running it in the command line. So that is not only right in a shell window only you can run it. Otherwise, better you can go ahead with it directly to the file window and type the code and save. For example, for the same exercise, just I closed it. Why we required, I'm telling us. I just close this one. Okay. The shell window also, I just close. So now, ideally, so you have go to file, open. And the stop GT and then ex1.py, open. So you can get the code. So that's what I'm telling. So now you can copy paste how many times you require. Save and then run module. Can get the output. Hello world, hello world, hello world. Like this. So now see here the command line. You go one by one. So commands. So because all the programming language, the commands is very most important. Because when you narrate about that coding to your juniors, your junior developers, so that idea should be very clear to the purpose is very most important, right? So the implementation. So that key points are very most important. So you need to mention with the comments only because those kind of lines only that anybody did not read the lines. Now the Python has commenting capability for the purpose of in-code documentations. So one is comment starts with a hash sign. This is what the comment starts with a hash and the Python will render the rest of the line as a comment. So now hash, whatever you type, so that line will be not read. Then next to print hello world like this. Okay, this is a single line comment. What present what you are seeing, that is a single line comment. If you need to go with the multiple line comments in Python, we are telling about the multiple liners doc strings. Okay, the Python also has extended documentation capability that called docstring. So can be one line or multi-line. Even you can use it for single line or multi-line. Okay, single line we can start with the hash sign only. Instead of double quotes, you can use 3 single quotes and end with 3 single quotes, or starts with 3 double quotes or end with 3 double quotes. That's what multiple line comments. Okay, so the Python uses triple quotes at the beginning and end of the docstring. So this is what. So now I go with like this. I just take this one line. the same program. So here I just put. See, if I remove this one, see the comment, the font color, it will come like a black, like this, based on the keyword. So the first initial you need to start with hash sign. This is a comment. So instead of this line, whatever you need about this program, you give some write up program like this. Any heading, if you want to declare write up program on or even something factorial or prime, whatever it may be, you need to mention, or 2-3 lines you can give here. So welcome to GT. Welcome to GT. So now same line, I copy and paste the last one. Here also I'll put one hash, right? So now save, run module. So you can get the output is only 3 times. Hello world, hello world, hello. Because the 4th line is, I make it like a command. See, if I remove this hash line, save, then again you can run. So get the output is 4 times. Okay, so now we can see like a multiple. So I go with just like this. Dot, sorry, single quotes 3 times. And where you need to finish. Now that the entire everything top to bottom it commented. Okay, so now where I need to end. So go to that specific line, make it like this. That's it. Here I'll put like a hash. Last one is the first 3 is multiple docstring. Okay, multiple line comment, and the last one is single line comment. So you will get the output is 3 times only. So either 3 times single quotes or double quotes. You can go ahead with 3 times double quotes, end with 3 times double quotes or single quotes like this. Next one is very most important, that Python variables. Okay. The non-IT background students, please listen here. So this is very most important. Okay, variables are nothing but reserved memory. So whatever you're going to allot some assigning some value through some variables only. So that's what variables are nothing but the reserved memory locations to store values. And this means that when you create a variable, you reserve some space in the memory. So that's what we are going to use, like the A, B, or C, like that. Okay, so based on the data type of variable, the interpreter allocates memory and decide what can be stored in the reserved memory. So like that we are using. And main thing is the Python variables and assigning values to the variables. Assigning values to the variables. How to assign? Using the equal sign only. So do not need explicit declarations to reserve memory space for the Python variables, because here we need to declare. The declaration is important in other programming language. In Python, we are directly going to allot A is equal to, or A equal to input of, enter the input, int of input of, or float of input of, or directly input of, enter the value, any value, like that only we will use. We not mention like a expect declarations. That's what. So the declarations happens automatically when you assign a value to the variable. So the equal sign is used to assign value. That is, these are all things you know. Okay. So now based on this concept, I saw a small exercise. See, like this only. Directly in a shell window, we type A equal to 20, B is equal to 35, C equal to A plus B. Okay. Then print the sum is. Now see, the sum is 55, 20 plus 35, like that. Then once if you close that one, next time again you need to type this all the 5 lines. So not required. So now here, see, a variable is created the moment you first assign to value it. But now x is equal to 5, y equal to John. Now print x and print y. Okay, print x. I'm just call this variable here. Okay, see, I just maximize. I'll go with new exercise. Go to file, new file. Okay. So now x is equal to 5, y equal to John. String, right? That's what I'll make it like a double quotes and then print x and print y. The same thing if you go ahead with the Python advanced editor version, still it's more easy, but the initial level you can type like this only. Even you can work it on which one? Notepad++ also, no problem. Save it like a py file and execute that one, no issues. Okay, so now please go to file and save ex2.py, ex2.py. Okay, so run module. So 5 and John, you get the output. Not required. So these are all the C++ rules and regulations you know about from C itself. Don't need to waste our time. Okay. So the variable must starts with the same common for C, Java, whatever you studied, right? Same it will applicable to which one? Python also. Okay. The same, the variables names are case sensitive because this the last point is very valid point. All the programming languages, reminding the formulas, you know, that means rules and regulations, you know. But here the small a, g, e, whoever the non-IT background, right? Okay, what is the variable names? Now you understood the what is variable, but the variable names are case sensitive here telling. So what is case sensitive here? So now see here a, g, e, the small letters, right? Small a, small g, and small e. And here the capital A and remaining two are the small letter, lowercase. And here all the three letters are the uppercase only. So that age, and age are the three different variables you can use it. There's 1 point only. Okay. So now that output variables. To combine both text and a variable. So the Python uses the plus character, either comma or what plus character also you can able to use. The previous I showed that example is the sum is okay, the sum of two numbers is comma and then C, right? So here I showed, right? The sum is within double quotes and then comma C. One option is like this. Another one is what? Plus symbol also possible. So the Python uses the plus character for that. Combine both the text and your variable. So see here, x is equal to Azam. And then print Python is. Here I'll make it like a one statement within the double quotes. And then plus, I just call that variable name x here. So now that output you will get Python is Azam. See here, I just remove this, same exercise only. I just overlap. Okay, save. So now I just run this module. You'll get Python is awesome. Like that also possible. Another one is you can possible to concatenate two things. One is right, both combined, right? Another one is see here, you can also use the plus character to add a variable to another variable. Here is to combine both text and a variable. Okay, one is text, awesome. Another one is variable, right? Python is and then plus character, and we are using this variable. Now the second one is you can also use the plus character to add a variable to another variable. Variable to another variable. So what x is equal to Python is here is we included, and then y is what? Awesome. So now I just take a third variable is z x plus y. What? X plus y. Now print is z. See this exercise. A, B, C, I'll put A, B, C, and A plus B. And print what? C. Once again. Okay. So now the same file, I just overlap it. Save. So run and run module. Now see here, I get a 2 times output. Python is awesome. The first one is the string plus 1 variable. The second output is 2 variables we added. So between I use that plus sign. Okay. So now the third one, I can use it, that plus character works as a mathematical operator, depends upon the place. Depends upon the place. Okay. So now here is x is equal to 5, y is equal to 10, and then print x plus y. Print x plus y. So now in this place, the previous one z is equal to x plus y. I changed the a comma b comma c, right? A, b, c, and then c is equal to a plus b. Like that I used it. Okay. So now here is x is equal to 5, y is equal to 10, print x plus y. Depends upon the value and then place the plus, it will be act like a mathematical operator or concatenation. So in this place, it's combining, it's like a concatenation. 2 strings we are joining. But here when you go with the output, you will not get 510, you will get a 15. You get a 15. You will not get a 510. Okay. So now the same. Okay. ST. SNT. Run module. See here, the Python is awesome. Python is awesome. And then finally you'll get output is 15. Okay. So now multiple assignments to the variables. The Python allows you to assign a single value to several variables simultaneously. For example, you are going to assign one for all the 3 variables. Then no need to mention a is equal to 1, b is equal to 1, c is equal to 1, like that. Instead that better you can go with a equal to b equal to c is equal to 1. So like this, multiple assignment to a variable also possible. Another one, at a time you can make it like a comma b comma c is equal to 1 comma 2.5 comma any one string gt, like this. Then automatically based on that one by one value it will be assigned. Okay. So keyword and show just voila one program. Okay. The present what you are seeing, all the folders or the supporting files, including CRUD operations, the complete GUI, everything's are available. I will make it like a complete one folder, like a zip folder, Python online classes, like that one folder. I'll send to the GT college, the program event coordinators. Later you can collect also, no problem. Okay. So even all the projects are also available. Okay. With SQLite, backend connectivity, everything is there. Because within the short times, we can't able to cover all those things. Main things, the Python CRUD operations. Any kind of programming languages, you need to learn the CRUD operations. Why we require the database management systems you are learning? So you need to create the table, insert the values, and whenever you require to select the data, if you're not required, then delete the data. These are the main operations. Wherever you go, we are all the doing, right? So the create and then read, update, and then delete, right? So the 4 operations, if you learn any kind of programming languages, then it will be finished. You will get some idea about how to develop. Okay. So now, so each and every folder, you have that all the source code files. Okay. One program I'll execute, then you can later on you collect and you can do. See all whatever exercise we are practicing, everything is here available. At least one calculator program if I'll tell. I'll show with edit with Notepad++. Or you can directly open with ideally also possible. Okay. See here. A simple Python program to add 2 numbers. A simple Python program to add 2 numbers. So I just take a 2 variables here. Number 1, number 2. Another one more variable is add. What? Add. So number 1 equal to if you take just like a input of means by input of, please enter the first number. If I remove this int keyword, what happened? If I included this keyword in front of input function, that means data type, what happened, we'll see. Okay, so now int of input of print enter the first number, int of input of print enter the second number. So now add is equal to number 1 plus number 2. Now print then now sum of two numbers or add, like this one option. Sometimes we will expect the sum of 10 and 20 are okay 30, like that also we'll expect directly the sum of two numbers only 30, like that also possible, right? Sometimes in C programming we will mention the sum of 10 and 10, what are the value you are inside the percentage D we will mention, right? Same like that. Okay, here also two options are printf statements are given. First only these lines I'll take. Just make it like a new file. See, simple Python program to add two numbers. I just close the shell window here. I remove this int. Save ex3 dot py. Run module. Please enter the first number 20. Please enter the second number 50. So output we will obviously will expect like a 70, but you see the output now. So we'll, is in VB 6.0 also .NET also we are using, right? Generally text to whatever the text box you are entering, it will default it will consider like a string only, right? You will get output like this only. So on that time text3 dot text is equal to val of text1 dot text plus val of val function we will use, right? Same here also we need to mention what kind of value in front of input function, then only you will get the output. Otherwise whatever you type, we are taking the value, its default numeric value also it's considered like a what, string only. So you will get output as 2050, but actually I need about 70, right? So in front of input function, that means a prompt. Okay, in VB also we are using prompt, right? Like that. So now int of input of, if you need to mention float also 0.00 it will come. So like that you can mention the data, what kind of value are you entering in that one, you can mention it before. So that value will be assigned to number 1. The second one is second value to assign to number 2. Then using arithmetic operators to add two numbers, add equal to number 1 plus number 2. Okay, number 1 plus and number 2. Otherwise here if you not mention int, then here you need to make it like, suppose if you are not using here, you can possible to use here int of num1 and plus int of num2, that means number 2, that is also possible. So now I just save this program. The same value I'm just giving. $20 and $50. See the output is the sum of two numbers are 70. See the statement is the sum of two numbers are. The sum of two numbers are. No, sir, I want the sum of 20 and 50 are 70. Like that, if you're required, we need to use this statements. Print. So you go with the format like this. I just copy last line. See this one, the print statement. I'm using like a format keyword. Okay, so the sum of, you need to mention like a within the curly bracket 0, 1, 2, like array how we are using, same like that. Okay, this is the statement instead of percentage d, percentage f, like that we have specific format for specification we are using in a C programming, right? Same here, that what are the three variables name? One is number 1, second one is number 2, and third one is add. Okay, so using format, so the method is format. So the sum of in 0th position, the number 1 in runtime, what I'm giving 20, it will come here, 20. And second one is number 2, for example, 50 means and 50. And then is or whatever, okay. And then output add with the variable after the calculation, what is the value, that add value, it will be stored in the 2. Like that it will come. See the output now. So 20, 50. See the output. The first one, the sum of two numbers are 70. The second one is the sum of 20 and 50 is 70. Like that also it's possible. Okay. So now the based on the time feasibility, okay, that's what the input function, and main thing is the last one I'm telling us. The indentation is important. The Python is very most important as what? Indentations. The code blocks are identified by the indentation rather than using symbols like a curly braces. In Python, we are not using like a C programming like a curly bracket. So instead of that, here we can use like a intent. Automatically it will take. If the intent space is one space, it will be mismatched here and there, then program it will not execute. So without extra symbols, programs are easier to read. Also, indentations clearly identify which block of code. If you go with a nested if or something, on that time, the functions, whatever it may be. So on that time, the indentation automatically it will come. Okay, looping after this one, whatever you are practicing, automatically it will come. If you adjust here and there, also the program it won't run. So the main thing is in Python is that the indentation is very most important. This last 5 minutes. So whatever you're saying, the supporting all the files, chapter wise, I'm having all the exercise. Okay, so everything I will share to Mr. Sivakumar sir, that coordinator for this event, and Shruti ma'am and Manohar sir, or everybody. I share to that technical team. Okay, so you can collect from them because based on time feasibility here, I will change the folder and send you each and every topic. Normally, you know, see the looping means in for also A, B, C. Lots of options are available in that Python. Okay, so that's what each and all the method one by one, I'm having all the files, including while also. It's one exercise enough. See here, the 5 files are here. If you check it out here, the while only 5 files are here. Same like the for, if I take for the looping also very most important here. So A, B, C, D. Again, for it will take 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that, 8 programs that have 8 different methods are available like this. Okay, so each and every exercise I will share to the technical committee. You can collect from them, even functions, tuples, okay, everything, all the entire folder I'll share to them. So that's what final that I conclude with. Now you got some idea about how to handle the softwares. Okay, yeah. Now we are talking about ChatGPT like that only. Whatever it may be, any kind of advanced version, it will come. So the logical sense, it's very most important. Even those people are developed many things and launching the product in the market, and we are simply using. So when we go ahead with like that, like when we required only, okay, automation is required only, not an issue. But sometimes we can use it our own logic, then only the program skill will improve. So that's what it's my humble request for student community. Starting itself, don't go for the higher versions, all those things. Okay, you can go with the trending technologies only, but how much possible you can go with that as normal editor window, you can type and practice, then only it will possible. It's clear, right? Sir, Shruti ma'am?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. The session was very enlightening. Thank you for sharing your profound knowledge with us. Your session was full of zeal and valuable information. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Now, I have the pleasure of also participating and joining a panel of distinguished speakers. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this panel discussion on the tech leads through Python coding programming. As the resource person has already finished his talk on Python in his session, the remaining panelists will be expressing their views on Python in different domains. Now, I request Professor Manohar to speak few lines on the usage of Python technology in the health sector. Over to you, sir.
Welcome to all. My topic is Python in healthcare and AI application in hospitals. In today's world, computers and smartphones have become an integral part of our lives, and the healthcare industry is no different. Healthcare practitioners are increasingly moving away from paper-based record to electronic formats, and as a result, healthcare facilities are generating a huge amount of data. Python is a key programming language that the data scientists use to create solutions for various challenges in healthcare. It provides a diverse set of tools that can help generate valuable insight from the data for health professionals. Python provides application can help doctors make better prognosis and improve the quality of healthcare delivery. The data scientists in the healthcare sector use Python mainly to build machine learning algorithms and software applications for performing medical diagnostics, improving efficiency of hospital operations, genomic studies, drug discovery, predictive analysis. Python is increasingly being used in healthcare for various applications, especially those based on machine learning and natural language processing algorithms. These applications can range from image diagnostic and NLP of medical documents to predictions of diseases using human genetics. Such applications are essential to healthcare sector as they process and analyze data to provide reliable information for patients and health workers. Using for Python for image diagnosis. There are many different ways that Python can be used in healthcare, but some of the most common applications are based on machine learning and natural language processing algorithms. These applications can be used for things like image diagnostics, natural language processing of medical documents, and prediction of diseases using human genetics. These applications are essential to the healthcare sector. They help to process and analyze data so that it is more understandable, meaningful, reliable for the patients and health workers. Having these tools available can make a big difference in the quality of care that patients receive. It also of note that the accuracy of using Python in machine learning for image analysis is about 92%. This falls slightly below the accuracy of 96% for senior clinicians. However, when the pathologist vet machine learning models, the accuracy rate can rise to 99.5%. In the detecting and classifying of tumors also, one of the most common application of machine learning in healthcare is for the detection of tumors using computer-aided detection. These techniques apply convolutional and neural networks to compute the probability that a lesion is indeed a tumor. For example, in mammography, a AI tool can provide a second opinion for many radiologists and significantly improve the accuracy of screenings without increasing the cost related to using a humans to give a second opinion. Physicians have struggled with the detection and classification of brain tumors and a type of brain tumor. The difficult lies in the invasion or pervasive nature of these tumors, unlike other brain tumors. And it is also very useful in the detection of cardiovascular abnormalities. And the Python can be used to automate the detection of heart abnormalities from images such as chest X-rays in the order to speed up decision making and reduce the diagnostic errors. When the patient is exhibiting symptoms like shortness of breath, physicians often request a chest radiograph as a tool for cardiography. And AI tools created with Python can help to automate assessment tasks such as measuring the diameter of pulmonary artery and carina angle measurement. This would be beneficial for both patients and doctors as it would provide a quicker diagnosis and prevent any potential errors. The data scientists use ML to predict cardiovascular diseases using patients' clinical characteristics such as gender, smoking status, and hypertension risk, among other factors. The model had an accuracy of about 76%. ML algorithms can assess image and auto-generate reports, saving time for human practitioner in classifying abnormalities from normal measurements and detecting of fractures and other injuries. Data scientists can use ML-powered tools to identify the hard-to-see dislocations, fractures, and soft tissue injuries, allowing surgeons to make more confident treatment choices. Using unbiased algorithms to analyze image can help medical practitioners to account for all injuries and provide the best treatment. AL2 can help to perform comprehensive analysis, medical images, and generate accurate reports in timely manner, minimize patient risks, false negatives, and legal risk for medical practitioners. And it is also very useful in the use of natural processing language in healthcare and using NLP to create a clinical decision support system and using NLP to improve the phenotyping capabilities, using Python to predict and analyze complex diseases. Okay, now, and we can use the Python to improve the patient experience. Okay, and enhancing the hospital operations and so on. And also the main part, by using a Python, we can also use drug discovery also. And which is finally, the application of the Python in healthcare is not free of challenge. Data privacy and legal framework challenges still stand in the way of its full applications. It is also still difficult to find data that the third-party providers can use legally. There is no need for a massive rationalization effort of the legacies and policymaking to address these challenges. Thank you. If you have any questions, please post them in the chat box and we will answer them at the end of the session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, I request Professor Shivkumar to describe briefly on how Python technology is used in an industry sector. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon to all the delegates. It gives me great honor to be the part of panel discussion and share my insight on today international webinar on the Tech Leads Through Python Coding Program. Python has become an integral part of many companies and institutions around the world. It's a most powerful coding programming language in recent days. As it is open source language, it's enabled to learn easily and quickly. It has a powerful library function for data manipulation and analysis. It allows the end users to create program and software. Python is the real-time coding language. It is used in the field of data science, analytics, artificial intelligence, and other field of IT/BT companies. Reason behind the popularity of Python in recent days. It's a simple syntax, high readability, and usability across the operating system. Cost of coding and programming is flexible. Python is an open source software. It is an official language of Google. It can be treated either in a procedural way, object-oriented way, or functional way. Multipurpose can be used to build an application. It is run an interpreter system, big data, and Python offers an analytics capability for test and predictive analytics. Big data analytics made possibly SciPy. Data science skills, the few companies are using in the industries. Google, Facebook, Quora, Amazon, Instagram, Spotify, Netflix, Uber, NASA, Dropbox, Instacart, and many more. The users of Python in the industries, data analysis companies 50%, web development companies 49%, DevOps system administrator, that is writing automations scripts 35%, programming of web pans 32%, machine learning 31%, educational learning companies 28%, software testing and writing automated tests 26%. The real-time uses of Python in IT industry. Web development, it is the building of the website on the internet from static plain text message to dynamic e-commerce site. Embedded applications industry, one of the main applications of Python in manufacturing industry. Machine learning companies, by analyzing vast amount of data, machine learning algorithms can find pattern and apply those pattern to make sense of future behavior. Artificial intelligence is just one fact of artificial, refers to the intelligence of machine and the development of computer system to perform human-oriented tasks such as perception or decision making. Scientific computing plus data science companies is particularly used in data analytics because it has rich library function for reading and writing data and running calculation on the information and creating graphical representation of data set. Integration industries are data science. Trends shows the increasing popularity of Python. Python is also used for scientific research and computing, and even as several science-friendly or science-specific library function, including a few examples: Astrophi for astronomy, BioPython for biology and bioinformatics, Graph tool for statistical analysis of graph, PsychoPy for neuroscience and experimental psychology. Industries, apart from IT, business applications are strictly not the same in the standard applications. Example, ERP application. Image processing applications are used in the industries. Uses of Python in the manufacturing industry is in picture preparation and visual computerization application. The financial industries are data mining to identify cross-sale opportunities, retail, banking industry, flexible data transformation and manipulation, aerospace, meeting software system deadline, hardware industry, automating network application, healthcare industry, predicting the disease. Consulting services companies are bespoke web development, insurance company creating business insights with machine learning. Startups, especially technology startups, loves Python because it's easy to use and scalable. Some examples of well-known companies that are required developers and data specialists to work with the Python are Uber, Goldsman, and PayPal, Netflix, and Google. Facebook loves the Python because the more comfort of using its library function. The Python has become the trending and popular language in today's world, so it has developed a lot. Python is one of the most diverse in its application. Moreover, it's deeply integrated within our everyday life as well as today's leading company. The range of career that involve Python include software engineer, web developer, data scientist, product manager, business analyst, and many more. I thank our respected CEO, sir, and organizing committee for given opportunity to share my ideas on today's webinar. I stop my presentation and allow the delegates to ask questions. Once again, thanks to all.
Thank you, sir. Now, I have the pleasure of being one among the panelists and take this opportunity to speak few lines on usage of Python in education industry. Today, there are several programming languages in the world. Each tool comes with several uses. As a result, people usually ask which tool is most suitable for learning. At the moment, the education industry uses Python in so many ways. That's probably because the language is straightforward and easy to learn. Automation is one of the most significant applications of Python today. As a scripting language, education industries use Python in automating many processes today. Processes like attendance that require repetitive and fewer judgment can be handled conveniently with Python. That way, teachers can find more time to attend the better things. Today, Python is extensively used in artificial intelligence and machine learning, ahead of all other world programming languages. That is because the algorithms in Python use data information that allows computer systems to perform various functions. In education industries, teachers and students can use Python in performing some of these functions. Example, Keras. A library in Python can facilitate network experimentation. There is also a TensorFlow with which developers can train computer system to handle tasks that require judgment. With Python, through data science, educationists can create the outputs that they want, giving the given desired inputs. Students can quickly learn better things of handling and processing data. This will prepare them ahead of time for the demand of data and information in future. The education industry use Python to build beautiful graphics for its software. In the educational environment, one of the uses of Python is coding. With Python's syntax, specific concepts can be written quickly without having to write in other codes. Python syntax is just like English language, which allows us to use keywords instead of punctuation. With readable and clean code base, we can take good care of software updates without too much of work and wasting energy. Thank you all. As said, now it's the time to answer all the questions raised by participants. Let's quickly have a look on all the questions.
Dear delegates, the resource person and the panel delegates, there are few questions raised by the participant. Any one of the panelists can answer this question. How the memory will be managed in Python?
Memory Python. Once again, how the memory managed in Python questions. Memory management in Python is by Python private key sort space. We have to use data structure concept. All the Python objects and structures are located in a private key space. It should be accessed.
Thank you, sir. The next question, how the monkey patching will be done in Python?
The term monkey patch only refers to the dynamic modification of a class or model at a time of runtime. It's not a writing program. Only for the runtime we will use in the class or modules for the modification in a dynamic way.
Thank you, sir. The last question for the session, what's the maximum possible length of an identifier in an Python?
There is no maximum possible length of an identifier because it can be in infinity, and identifiers can be of any length. Any queries, sir?
Thank you, sir. The further will be continued and proceed by Professor Shruti. Over to you, ma'am.
So now I thank all the panelists for taking an active participation and in fact helping all the participants in resolving many of their doubts. It is an honor to have you all on the panel. We know that your time is precious and we are immensely grateful that you were able to carve out some time with us. Thank you once again. On the whole, today's webinar turned out to be a fruitful venture and made the participants to get clarity about their few doubts in this webinar. Dear participants, your feedback is most valuable. We will be sharing a feedback link in the chat box shortly. Kindly fill this feedback form to get your certificate. As you all have witnessed, a huge number of participants are involved in today's webinar. It may take couple of days to reach your certificate. We request your kind patience in receiving your certificates. Any issues in receiving your certificates, you can get back to our technical team. The contact number will be posted in the chat box very soon. Thank you. The end of the story is the new beginning for many others. On this note, let's conclude a remarkable and knowledgeable webinar session with report reading to refresh all the information that is being communicated throughout today's session. And at the same time, as we have come to an end of the webinar, the report reading session will be followed by a vote of thanks. Now, I request Dr. Deepika, Director, Department of Management Studies. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Shruti. Good afternoon, all. Yes, as we all know, conducting an event requires planning and meticulous execution. We have been fortunate enough to be backed up by a wonderful team of highly dedicated and self-motivated. In this regard, let me congratulate the whole BCA and MCA department for having successfully completing the international webinar on the tech leads through Python coding programming. We also appreciate all the committee members who were with us in every moment to make this event a grand success. Webinar started at sharp 10:30 as planned, with the blessings of Almighty God by lighting the lamp to the Almighty. Our Honorable Chairman of Gangama Timmaya Educational Trust and today's webinar's chief guest, that is Shri S.T. Anand Sir, addressed and conveyed his warm wishes to the audience and the entire team. Followed by the address about the webinar by Dr. B.G. Satyaprasad Sir, Chief Administrative Officer of GTET, took place. Chief Administrative Officer narrated the entire global scenario and how the Python has acquired and how significant it is to the world in his excellent, simple, and fabulous knowledge from United States. And he made his time for this webinar. Then, the main part of webinar, that is a technical session, has been delivered by today's resource person, Dr. S. Tangadurai, Director of Center for Extending Learning, Placement, Innovation and Incubation and Entrepreneurship, Christ College of Science and Management. The expert enlightened the whole audience of this webinar with his expertise knowledge and versatility of computer application knowledge. At the same time, we pulled a lot of queries and doubts through a chat box and mails from the different group of audience, the delegates, and the participants and students. All possible queries has been answered by the resource person and today's panel members of esteemed team. Subsequently, all the panelists for today's, that is Professor Shruti, Professor Shivakumar, Professor Manohar, has extended their views and visions of Python. GTIMSR would like to have more webinars and the leadership under the leadership of Dr. B.G. Satyaprasad Sir and the Chairman Sir Shri S.T. Anand and CEOs and all other management trustees and with the support of all teaching and non-teaching fraternity. Now, I would like to announce the admissions are open for our PG program, Masters of Computer Application MCA course at affordable price with excellent coaching and career opportunities. With this, I conclude the report of this webinar. I also honor to extend a vote of thanks in this webinar. Occasionally in life, there are those moments of unutterable fulfillment which cannot be completely explained by those symbols called words. Their meaning can only be articulated by the inaudible language of the heart, saying thank you. All reserved and unreserved appreciation goes to the Almighty God for making this day remarkable. I am indeed grateful Our most valued resource person, Professor Tangadurai, was excellent in delivering his session. Let me thank him on behalf of entire GTIMSR management, CAO, CEO, and all the fraternity from the GTIMSR. Thank you, sir. I am much humbled and honored to be the one making the closing note of today's webinar by proposing a thanks to our chairman, sir, Shri S.T. Anand, sir, of GT Group. Thank you, sir. I express my heartfelt thanks to Shri Ramachandra, sir, Secretary of GTET, and CEO Shri R. Pramod, sir, and to all other management trustees and other CEOs of GTET. I thank all of you for giving an opportunity and supporting to conduct a webinar. Thank you all. The one leader who always motivates all our efforts to implement, that is our Chief Administrative Officer, Dr. B.G. Satyaprasad, sir, for being with us in all the stages and guiding from the scratch for the success implementation of this webinar. Though his busy schedule, though he is from out of India, being there in the United States, he stood with all of us in every moment to making this event a grand success. I thank you, sir, for your support. I extend my thanks to Dr. Manjunath, yes, the principal of UG, for taking an active participation and for being with us in successfully completing this webinar. Thank you, sir. My gratitude extended to all other international delegates from various countries across the globe, and also to all other participants, delegates from various parts of India, and also from different universities, and the chairpersons and coordinators from the different universities and colleges. Thank you all. I thank to today's panelists, that is Professor Shruti, Professor Manohar, and Professor Shivakumar, for sharing their knowledge to the delegates and the participants and MCA aspirants. My heartfelt thanks goes to all the faculty coordinators and IQAC Director, Dr. Anusha PH. Finally, the webinar witnessed more than 600 participants from Zoom and also through YouTube. I thank wholeheartedly to all of them for taking part in this webinar. Today's success also will be shared by a technical team which is led by Professor Suresh and his team. So I thank Professor Suresh and entire his team for being support and giving a technically sound, a wonderful completing of this webinar. I thank entire technical team. I thank all the principals, HODs, teaching and non-teaching staffs who directly and indirectly took participation in this webinar. Thank you all. I thank all our press and media partner with us. Finally, I thank especially to all our new MBA aspirants who is looking forward to take admissions at our Gangamma Timmaya Institute of Management Studies and Research. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, thank you all for your active participation and being here with us today for the webinar. Hope you all found the session informative. Talk to yourself once in a day, otherwise you may miss meeting an excellent person in this world, said by Swami Vivekananda. With this note, I take a leave from you all. Thank you. Thank you all.
I request all the participants to post your feedback, which is posted in a chat box through a link. So those who are submitting your feedback, and we will ensure that the participation certificate to reach you. So as earlier we mentioned, we have 600 and plus participants in this webinar. It may take a couple of days to reach you, the certificate. So your valuable feedback is always appreciated, and we welcome for your feedback. Thank you all. Kindly post your feedback in the link which is posted in a chat box.